Hi, I'm Tara.
And I'm Jill.
And we're from livingonadime.com, and today we are doing organizing idea number 2 on how to get organized. So we're going through our top 10 tips, and this is the second one. And it's kind of an obvious one, but it's one that people rarely use. And if they would start using this tip, I think it would cut down on probably...
They don't think of it as being an organizing tip.
They don't think of it as being an organizing tip, but it would probably cut down on 60 to 70% at least of their organizing problems and their cleaning problems. And that is...
Stop making messes.
Just don't do it.
Yeah.
Okay, now that seems obvious. And you're like, well, but it's not my mess. Well, that's true. If you have husbands and kids, I totally get it. I have 5... Well, not 5 husbands. Wow, I'd really be in trouble. I have 5 kids and 1 husband. And so yes, it is harder when you have husband and kids. But
they can be trained.
They can be trained.
Mm-hmm. Even husbands.
You can
Sorry,
do
Michael.
several things to help with this. So first is keep a trash can in every room. And in some rooms, we keep 2 or 3 trash cans. Like in our office, we have 3 different trash cans by each computer station because we work at home and we have one. When you have trash, you don't want to have to get up and walk clear into the kitchen to throw away one piece of trash. So keep a trash can in every single room.
Well, look at like in the family room. How often do you sit in the family room having a snack? The kids will have wrappers, bags of stuff. And if there's a trash can right there, they would be more willing to throw it in the trash can there than to get up and walk into the kitchen and have to throw it away. And it saves time too, really, when you think about it. And in, say, in the bedroom, cough drop wrappers, tissues, stuff like that, don't leave them piling on a chest of drawers. Wait until you're going to take them into the kitchen to throw them away. If you have a trash can sitting right there, they'll get tossed in there. Offices, every bathrooms.
Well, even Grandma, her mom, she sews a lot. So she took a paper bag and she rolled the top down and she pinned it to the edge of her chair that she sits in. And so when she is sewing, she just puts her little pieces of thread or her cough drop wrappers and that kind of thing in there. We do keep a trash can even in like our boys' room and in I have a, my wonderful husband made me a storage slash wrapping room, craft room, that kind of thing out of this little area that we had in our basement. And even in there, I keep a trash can. And for one of the chores, we just have one of the kids go around and empty all the little, we call them little trash cans, all over the house the day before trash day. And that way you don't have trash all over the place. It is amazing how many houses just have trash. I mean, it's just trash. Pop cans, pizza boxes.
Sitting in the family room, yeah.
Yeah,
It makes the house look messy if you just have that. So, you know, if you prevent that mess in the first place by just tossing it in the trash. Well, another thing too is like you make messes in the kitchen without realizing it with wrapping paper. You know, you'll put a margarine wrapper, butter wrapper, something on the counter. Don't put it in the
bar wrappers.
Yeah, or even an ice cream container.
Yeah.
Put it straight into the trash. Don't just lay it on the counter because you're making a mess by getting the sticky, gooey, greasy.
And it melts all over the table.
Exactly. So just put it away. You know, you don't need to lay it on the counter. Or even like dirty spoons.
Yeah.
If you're mixing something for lunch, don't lay that dirty spoon on the counter. Another thing that I push.
What do you do with the dirty spoon though?
You rinse it and you put it in the dishwasher.
People don't do that. It takes literally 2 seconds.
Yeah, and why lay it down like several different times? Instead of laying it down, you're wasting time laying it down, picking it back up later to put it on. You can just take it and lay it in the dishwasher.
Or at the very least, get it in the sink. Don't put the dirty, sticky thing. If for some reason you can't get the dishwasher open, let's say somebody needs to unload it, at least get it in the sink.
Because then you have this counter where it's dried on. When you finally get to round to washing the dishes and wiping down the counter, you've got to scrub twice as long for this.
Yeah, and when you cook, immediately, as soon as you're done cooking, if you can't rinse it and put it in the dishwasher, at least fill it with hot water to start soaking.
Exactly. Wipe up after yourself.
Yeah.
If you spill something, immediately wipe it up. Don't let it sit there and dry and get hard and cookie. Because then I timed it the other day, and it took me 1 minute when I swiped it. No, well, it wasn't even a minute. It was more like 30 seconds. But it took me a minute and a half to try to scrub it when it was dry. I tested it just to see for this type of thing. Another thing to help control the messes or to keep from making a mess in the house that a lot of people do is when you're changing clothes. You just drop your dirty clothes right there and put the new clean ones on. You drop your pajamas on the floor. Don't. Put your pajamas away where they're supposed to be. If your clothes are dirty, put them in the hamper. Keep a hamper in every room. Don't just have it in the laundry room. Your kids will not pick those dirty clothes up and walk to the laundry room to put them in. They'll drop them on the floor where they'll lay until it's time to wash everything, and then they'll gather them up. Why let them lay there for 2 or 3 days? You know, and
if your bathroom is big enough, and I get it, some people have really tiny bathrooms. I've had my share of tiny bathrooms, but if your bathroom is big enough, keep a hamper in the bathroom if it's possible. Why make it hard on your husband and kids? There's no reason for them to clear across the house to the laundry room to put their clothes up if you have the space. If not, train them to just take it in there.
And it saves
make
time.
It easy.
It saves time. If you take every piece of laundry and have to walk to the laundry room compared to having a hamper in that room, do you know how much time over a week's period you would save in doing things? No wonder people hate organizing, because they work at it so hard and they spend so much time.
Yeah, and make it easy for them. So,
one time my husband, I couldn't, when the first year we were married, I had a hamper there that had the lid that closed, and my husband, he always got the clothes on top of the hamper. He would throw them and they would land right on the hamper, and I was so frustrated. I thought, why can't he just put the clothes, open the lid and put the clothes in the hamper? And finally, after about 6 months of this and us going round and round on this hamper issue, we went back to his home and stayed in his old bedroom visiting his folks, and I noticed the hamper in his closet had no lid on it. So what he was doing, all those years he'd been trained, he had gotten really good at shooting the clothes into the hamper without the lid, and they would go into the hamper. I went home, I took the lid off of our hamper, and the problem was solved. I no longer had clothes piled all over the top of the hamper. They went in. Think of little things. If you see your family's making a mess in one area, think, what can I do different
to solve that problem?
Yes, and to change it.
If there's always trash in your living room next to the recliner, put a trash can there.
Yeah, if you're finding trash, they're not getting it to the trash can that you have, try it in another section of the room. Look where like you said, where the trash is ending up, and move the trash can to there. So.
And another thing for bedrooms and that closets, I guess is what I'm thinking. Have a place to hang up clothes. First of all, when you get in there, take your clothes off, and if you can wear them again, we have a little rack in our closet where we hang clothes that can be worn again. We do not wash our jeans every day. If we wear them for a week, we're not farmers. I'm a gardener, so if they get really bad, but I just have a pair of gardening pants that I wear every day, and once a week or so we'll wash our jeans. So have some hooks in your closet if possible to hang up clothes that can be used again, or your pajamas, that kind of thing. Otherwise, hang your clothes up immediately. Don't just lay them on the ground. Don't lay them on your dresser or whatever.
Even like in the bathroom, though, don't allow the towels to be laid on the floor.
Yeah.
When you dry off your towel, teach the kids where to put that wet towel. Either put it on the rack. They need to be trained when they get out of the tub. It needs to go. That bathroom should be left the exact same way as when the person walked in. They can hang their towel up on a rack, and they can gather up their dirty clothes as they're leaving the bathroom and put them away. They don't need to, leave a mess.
Now, disclaimer here. This does not always happen in my house with 5 kids.
This is the ideal.
Just so you don't think I'm perfect or something. I am always hollering at the kids. Okay, come in. Whoever was taking a shower, pick up the bath mat, pick up the towel, put up your toothpaste. And yeah, it's a pain in the rear. I'm not saying it's not, but
go ahead.
They're responsible for it. So if they're playing a game or something, I'm make them go in there and pick it up.
But don't get discouraged. I always said it took 18 years of training. It takes 18 years before they finally figure out how to hang the towels. So don't get discouraged.
And when they get married, their husband or wives will not put up with it and
holler at them.
But anyway, so that's another way to stay organized, is to just stop making messes in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
If you like this video, be sure to subscribe, like, share, and comment below.